Have you ever started your morning with a couple of eggs, maybe scrambled or fried, thinking you were making a healthy choice? You're not alone. Eggs are one of the most complete, nutrient-rich foods nature offers. But here's something most people, especially those of us over 65, don't realize: what you eat with your eggs could be silently harming your body. Yes, you read that right. Certain common food pairings, things we've eaten for years, can actually interfere with digestion, block nutrient absorption, and over time lead to inflammation, fatigue, or worse. In this video, we'll reveal 3 specific foods that you should never combine with eggs, and more importantly, why. These aren't trendy food rules or internet myths. They're backed by real nutritional science and tailored for older adults who want to stay sharp, energized, and independent for as long as possible. And before you give up your eggs altogether, don't! Because after we expose the dangerous combinations, we'll guide you toward the best foods to pair with eggs. Meals that support your heart, your bones, your digestion, and even your vision. We'll also show you the smartest ways to cook eggs to retain their full nutritional power without sacrificing taste. So if you want to keep enjoying your eggs while protecting your long-term health, don't click away. This isn't just about what's on your plate. It's about how small changes can support a stronger, healthier you. Let's dive in. On eggs plus white bread, a recipe for chronic inflammation. There's something deeply comforting about the familiar smell of eggs and toast wafting from the kitchen. For many older Americans, this breakfast pairing brings back memories of childhood mornings or quiet Sunday routines. But while this classic combination seems harmless, even wholesome, there's an important truth that often slips under the radar. Pairing eggs with white bread might be quietly contributing to long-term health issues. At first glance, the duo appears balanced. Protein from the eggs, carbohydrates from the bread, maybe even a bit of butter for flavor. But when we dig deeper into the science of how these foods interact in the body, especially as we age, the story shifts dramatically. Eggs are undeniably one of the most nutrient-dense foods out there. Rich in high-quality protein, vitamin B12, and choline, a compound essential for memory and brain health. Eggs offer real benefits, particularly for those over 65 who want to stay sharp and energized. However, the problem begins when these eggs are paired with refined carbohydrates like white bread, pancakes, or waffles. These products are made from flour that's been heavily processed, stripping away the fiber and nutrients your body needs to digest food slowly and efficiently. Without that fiber, your digestive system breaks the bread down almost immediately, leading to a rapid spike in blood sugar. What follows is a swift insulin response, and then just as quickly, your energy crashes. For many, this mid-morning slump feels like just another part of aging, but it's often a direct result of what's on the plate. Even more concerning is what happens over time. These repeated sugar spikes and crashes can make your body less sensitive to insulin, laying the groundwork for insulin resistance, weight gain, and eventually type 2 diabetes. That's not just a theoretical risk, it's a pattern observed in millions of adults as they grow older. And while that alone should give us pause, there's another layer that deserves our attention: chronic inflammation. Inflammation is the body's natural response to injury or illness, but when it becomes chronic, meaning it never really turns off, it turns into a silent disruptor. Low-grade inflammation has been linked to heart disease, joint pain, memory loss, and even age-related cognitive decline. Ironically, even though eggs are a powerful source of choline, which supports brain function, pairing them with blood sugar spiking foods like white bread may undo some of their cognitive benefits. In other words, the wrong partner can turn a brain-boosting meal into a long-term liability. What makes matters worse is that many older adults may not even realize what's happening. That sluggish feeling after breakfast, the irritability by mid-morning, often those are early signs of dietary imbalance, not just signs of aging. And because the consequences, like inflammation and insulin resistance, are largely invisible until they cause serious problems, the damage can build up silently for years. Thankfully, the solution doesn't require giving up eggs or completely reinventing breakfast. In fact, small, strategic changes can make a huge difference. One of the most effective swaps is to replace white bread with whole grain or sprouted grain bread. These types of bread still contain the fiber, minerals, and plant compounds that refined bread lacks. That fiber slows digestion, preventing blood sugar spikes and keeping energy levels stable throughout the morning. For older adults looking to maintain focus and avoid energy crashes, this can be a game changer. If you're open to experimenting beyond bread, try pairing eggs with roasted sweet potatoes. They're naturally sweet, rich in fiber, and packed with antioxidants that support both digestion and eye health. You can roast them in olive oil and add a touch of cinnamon for a warm, comforting side dish. Another excellent option, leafy greens like spinach or kale. Lightly sautéed with garlic and olive oil, they add a nutrient-rich, anti-inflammatory base to your eggs, and they taste great too. Even for those who love their morning toast, a better alternative exists. Sourdough bread, especially when made from whole grains, is lower on the glycemic index and easier to digest thanks to its fermentation process. It keeps the familiar texture and feel of traditional toast while being far kinder to your metabolism. These may seem like minor adjustments, but the benefits can ripple out in major ways. Balanced blood sugar, reduced inflammation, and improved mental clarity are not just nice-to-haves. They're essential pillars for healthy aging, especially for older adults navigating conditions like prediabetes, arthritis, or brain fog. Simply rethinking what goes on the plate can have lasting effects. So the next time you reach for a slice of white bread to go with your eggs, take a moment to consider how that small choice might affect your body, not just in the next hour, but in the years to come. Choosing a more wholesome pairing doesn't mean sacrificing comfort or flavor. It means giving your body the support it needs to thrive. Are you ready to break up with white bread for good? If this insight opened your eyes, drop a comment below that says, "No more white bread," and let's inspire others to make the switch too. And don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. Up next, we'll explore another food combination that's quietly robbing your body of the nutrients it needs to stay strong. 2. Eggs plus soy, the nutrient blocker. If you've ever sipped a soy latte with your morning eggs or added tofu to your breakfast scramble for an extra protein boost, you might think you're making a smart, healthy choice. After all, both eggs and soy are celebrated for their nutritional value. But here's something most people don't realize. This particular pairing could actually reduce your body's ability to absorb key nutrients, especially those that are critical as we age. Eggs are often considered a gold standard protein source. They're rich in complete protein, loaded with vitamins like B12, and they offer choline, a nutrient essential for brain health and memory support. For older adults, eating eggs regularly can help preserve muscle mass, support energy production, and even improve focus. But what many people don't know is that combining eggs with soy-based foods, like soy milk, tofu, or soy protein shakes, may cancel out some of those very benefits. The culprit? Natural compounds in soy known as trypsin inhibitors. These compounds interfere with the function of trypsin, a digestive enzyme your body uses to break down protein. When soy enters the digestive tract, it throws a wrench into the machinery, making it harder for your body to fully digest and absorb the protein in your eggs. So instead of benefiting from all the essential amino acids eggs provide, you may only be getting part of the nutritional value. And for those of us over 65, that matters. Our bodies naturally become less efficient at absorbing nutrients with age, and we often require more protein, not less, to maintain muscle, immune strength, and recovery after activity. Eating a breakfast that combines two high-protein foods might sound like a smart move, but if one of those foods blocks absorption of the other, you're actually working against your body's needs. Unfortunately, the interference doesn't stop with protein. There's another compound in egg whites called avidin, which binds tightly to biotin, also known as vitamin B7. Biotin plays a vital role in energy metabolism, as well as in the health of your hair, skin, and nails. When eggs are eaten raw or undercooked, the avidin isn't fully deactivated and can block your body from absorbing biotin effectively. Now imagine you're also consuming soy in that same meal with its own digestion-disrupting properties. You're looking at a double hit to your nutrient absorption, especially concerning for older adults already at risk for nutrient deficiencies. While cooking eggs helps reduce avidin's impact, that's not a free pass. If you prefer sunny side up or soft-boiled eggs, you could still be leaving just enough active avidin on your plate to interfere with biotin uptake. Combine that with the trypsin inhibitors from soy, and your breakfast may be delivering fewer benefits than you expect, despite your good intentions. And then there's the digestive impact. Soy contains certain fibers and sugars, like raffinose and stachys, that many people struggle to digest efficiently. These compounds can ferment in the gut, causing bloating, gas, and discomfort. While eggs are generally easy to digest, they still require some enzymatic effort. Putting both on your plate at once essentially gives your digestive system a double workload, which can leave you feeling heavy, sluggish, or even mildly nauseous after what should have been a light, energizing meal. So what's the solution? Thankfully, it's a simple one. Instead of eating eggs and soy in the same meal, space them out. Enjoy eggs for breakfast and save the soy milk or tofu stir-fry for lunch or dinner. Giving your body time to digest and process each food individually allows you to absorb more nutrients from both. This is especially important for older adults who are already navigating changing digestion, slower metabolism, or even medications that interfere with nutrient uptake. Looking for an alternative to soy milk in your coffee? Try unsweetened almond milk, oat milk, or coconut milk. These options don't contain trypsin inhibitors and are generally easier on the gut. If you're looking to bulk up your breakfast, consider pairing eggs with avocado, a creamy, satisfying fruit rich in healthy fats that actually enhances nutrient absorption, including vitamins A, D, E, and K. Or try sautéed spinach or mushrooms, both of which complement eggs beautifully while offering their own unique health benefits. One especially smart move for those concerned with nutrient absorption is to pair eggs with vitamin C-rich foods. For example, having some fresh fruit on the side, like strawberries or orange slices, can boost iron absorption from your eggs, giving your body an even greater nutritional return. This might sound like a lot to keep track of, but think of it this way. Every meal is an opportunity to nourish your body or drain it. By simply shifting when and how you eat certain foods, you can ensure you're getting the full benefit of the nutrition you're working hard to include in your diet. As we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to what we put in them, but they're also more responsive to positive changes. Just being aware of these subtle interactions, like the one between soy and eggs, can help you stay stronger, sharper, and more energized each day. So have you been mixing soy and eggs without knowing the effect it could be having on your health? If today's insight surprised you, drop a quick comment below saying, "No more nutrient wars," and let us know how you're planning to adjust your routine. And stay tuned. Up next, we'll uncover a third common pairing with eggs that might be sabotaging your digestion and nutrient absorption without you even realizing it. 3. Eggs plus tea, slow digestion, and increased toxin absorption. There's something deeply comforting about starting the day with a warm breakfast and a hot cup of tea. For many older Americans, it's a peaceful ritual. A plate of eggs, maybe scrambled, poached, or sunny side up, accompanied by a steaming mug of black or green tea. It feels healthy, calming, and familiar. But what if this seemingly harmless combination is quietly undermining your digestion and your body's ability to absorb vital nutrients? While eggs provide a rich source of protein, essential fats, and nutrients like vitamin B12, choline, and iron, tea, especially black and green varieties, introduces a compound that complicates the picture: tannins. Tannins are naturally occurring polyphenols found in tea that give it its slightly bitter, astringent taste. In moderate amounts, tannins are praised for their antioxidant properties, which help neutralize harmful free radicals in the body. However, when consumed at the wrong time or with the wrong foods, tannins can become more foe than friend, especially when it comes to breakfast. Here's where it gets concerning. Tannins in tea have a tendency to bind with proteins, including the high-quality protein found in eggs. When this binding occurs, it forms dense, insoluble complexes that your digestive system struggles to break down efficiently. This can lead to a sense of heaviness or sluggishness after eating. Instead of feeling nourished and energized, you might find yourself bloated or uncomfortable. And for older adults who may already be dealing with slower digestion or reduced enzyme production, this can lead to even greater gastrointestinal distress. But that's just one part of the issue. Tannins don't only interfere with protein breakdown, they also hinder the absorption of essential minerals, most notably iron and calcium, two nutrients that are crucial for aging bodies. Eggs, particularly the yolks, contain hemi-iron, a form of iron that the body typically absorbs well. But when tannins are introduced at the same time, they latch onto that iron and render it unavailable to your system. This is especially problematic for older adults, who are more susceptible to iron deficiency, leading to fatigue, lightheadedness, weakened immunity, and even anemia. Calcium suffers a similar fate. While eggs aren't a major calcium source on their own, they are often part of a meal that includes dairy or leafy greens, rich in this important mineral. When tea is consumed alongside these foods, calcium absorption can be significantly reduced. Over time, this may contribute to bone thinning and increase the risk of osteoporosis, a serious concern for seniors aiming to stay mobile and independent. And there's another less obvious effect of this combination. Prolonged digestion can increase your body's exposure to toxins. When food lingers in your digestive tract longer than it should, because it's not breaking down efficiently, your gut may begin to absorb more byproducts and metabolic waste than it otherwise would. For a healthy, functioning digestive system, this isn't a huge issue. But for aging bodies that already process waste more slowly, this prolonged exposure could contribute to a higher toxic burden, inflammation, and general fatigue. Now, to be clear, this doesn't mean you have to abandon your morning tea. The key isn't what you drink, but when you drink it. Instead of sipping tea during your meal or immediately afterward, try spacing it out by 30 to 60 minutes. This simple shift gives your body the time it needs to fully digest your eggs and absorb the nutrients they contain, without interference. You'll still get to enjoy your favorite brew, but your body will benefit far more from the meal you just ate. And if you crave a warm beverage alongside breakfast, consider swapping traditional tea for herbal varieties that don't contain tannins. Options like chamomile, rooibos, peppermint, or ginger tea offer comforting flavor and even added digestive benefits, without the protein binding or mineral blocking effects. Alternatively, pairing your eggs with a glass of fresh orange juice can enhance digestion and even improve nutrient absorption. Orange juice contains vitamin C, which helps boost iron uptake from plant and animal sources alike. This makes it an especially smart choice if you're eating eggs with leafy greens or whole grains that contain non-heme iron. The good news is that your breakfast can still be enjoyable and nourishing. It just takes a bit of strategy. Making this one small change in timing or beverage choice can dramatically improve how your body processes your food, how your energy levels feel throughout the day, and even how your bones and brain function over the long term. As we age, every little advantage we give our body matters. Maintaining energy, protecting bone health, and supporting sharp mental focus aren't about extreme diets or complicated routines. They're about simple, sustainable habits. And breakfast is a great place to start. So if you've been enjoying eggs and tea together for years, now's the time to reconsider. Your favorite morning cup doesn't need to go away. It just needs its own time slot. If today's insight gave you a fresh perspective on a familiar routine, drop a comment below saying, "Tea after breakfast," and let us know how you plan to shift your habits. Up next, we're leaving the problem pairings behind and stepping into something far more exciting. The best food combinations with eggs that actually enhance nutrient absorption, support your immune system, and keep you feeling vibrant well into your golden years. As we've seen today, eggs remain one of the most nourishing foods you can eat, especially in your golden years. But as with many things in life, what you pair them with makes all the difference. The wrong combinations, like white bread, soy, or tea, can quietly reduce the benefits of this nutrient-rich food by interfering with digestion, blocking absorption, or even promoting inflammation. Over time, those small choices at breakfast can influence bigger outcomes. Your energy, your focus, your bone strength, and even your long-term health. The encouraging part: you don't need to give up the foods you love. Instead, it's about timing, smart substitutions, and balance. Swap refined bread for whole grains or sweet potatoes. Enjoy your tea an hour after breakfast instead of during. Space out soy products to different meals. These are not drastic overhauls. They're gentle shifts that respect your body's changing needs as you age. And remember, these adjustments aren't about chasing perfection. They're about making everyday meals work better for your body so you can stay active, sharp, and independent longer. Because at 65 and beyond, your health is no longer just about managing symptoms. It's about protecting the life you've built. If today's video gave you even one new insight to put into action, let us know in the comments below. Type eggs the right way if you're ready to make your breakfast smarter, not harder. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a tip that could transform your health. One meal at a time. Thanks for watching, stay well, and we'll see you in the next video.